We're basking in the charm of Savannah, Georgia, and its historic cottages. 3 families.
I was on the fence about working with my sister.
3 whole home restorations.
In real estate, you want to buy the worst house in the best neighborhood.
It's like moving into Mayberry. All we were missing was Aunt Bee.
Who did the best job?
I think buyers are really going to be disappointed when they realize that this doesn't move.
Uh-oh.
They're finding out together.
This is why you come to Savannah.
If Vern likes it, I'm happy.
Someone's going to take home $10,000, and clearly that's going to make a big difference to these renovations.
Savannah, Georgia is a romantic, mysterious city full of cobblestone streets, southern charm, and homes that date back to the late 1700s. Homeowners do their best to maintain and preserve these relics. In fact, I found 3 families who did major home renovations for, get this, only 50 grand. A brother and sister team, Fahad and Saleha Ahmad, newlyweds Summer and Walt Freeman, and the mother and son team of Gail and Drew Singer.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. Each of you completed a small house renovation, spreading your budget around the entire property. I'm Vern Yip, and this is Realtor Amanda Lebezak.
Being born and raised here in Savannah, I know that buyers are looking for homes that are unique in character. I hope that you all accomplish that.
So here's what we're looking for. Did you maintain the character of the home? Did you create an open flow? Because you know, in small houses, it's important to create that open space feeling. And did you provide plenty of storage? Now, I know all of you wish your $50,000 went a little further. And whoever gets biggest bang for your buck will have that opportunity, because you're also taking home $10,000.
Wow. Really nice.
So you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Saleha and Fahad, we're gonna start with you.
Great.
Let's do it. We're in the Thomas Square district of Savannah, Georgia. It was indoctrinated into the historic district about, I would say about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
One of the great things about this neighborhood is that you can walk to almost all the restaurants, and it's literally stone's throw from my house. Claude! Hey, Claude. What's going on, buddy?
When Fahad and his sister Saleha found an old arts and crafts house from the 1900s in this neighborhood, they knew they had to tag team it.
Well, I came across this property through a friend, and I was just amazed by how good of a deal it was. I guess the foreclosures were at their lowest at the time.
Fahad only dropped 35 grand on the house, but Saleha knew they would have to spend even more to expand out the back of the house and create a new kitchen, as well as renovate the living room and bedrooms.
This was a great opportunity because I had just graduated with the background in interior design. So I jumped right in and we figured out the layout.
She proposed that we extend the whole house.
Yeah, we wanted to carry the existing architecture feature of the house and add this addition without compromising the existing architecture.
I felt like we were not only investing into a kitchen, but we were actually also opening up the whole flow of the house. I was in the fence about working with my sister because, you know, it was a lot of money, but I think she did really well.
I am so nervous, I have to say. I mean, this is when we were talking about, yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
Oh, no.
Amanda, this is not the biggest of houses, and I absolutely love the fact that one room continues to the next. I mean, this effect makes it feel so much more expansive. It's just completely open, all the way from the living room to the dining room to the kitchen.
Yes.
I agree. It just feels huge and only 1,500 square feet.
And that's what our goal was.
I love the fact that I see that they preserve some of the historic character. It looks like they've got the original floors down here, which is really wonderful, and that's what you want for a historic home. All right, let's talk about this kitchen.
Okay, let's see what they have to say about this.
Yeah. This is part of an addition that they did to the house, and there are some things that they did right, but I wonder about elements like this hood, because a hood is typically 26 to 31 inches above the cooktop, and here it looks like it's about 26 feet from the cooktop.
I'm 6'5", dude.
It keeps it nice and open, but I would have preferred to have seen maybe something pop up from the island. Let's talk about these cabinets, because this is not the largest of houses, and when you live in a house of this size, you need every square inch of storage that you can eke out. And I really think they missed the opportunity here by not going all the way to the ceiling.
I think we have enough storage with
We
all
have
those
enough
cabinets. We have
I
a lot
know.
of
What are you
cabinets.
talking about, Warren?
I agree that buyers do need storage in a house of only 1,500 square feet. But going much higher, I mean, I'm 5 foot, 5'4", with my stilettos on. There's no, I mean, it's not gonna happen.
Thank you.
One thing that I've noticed that is kind of different, kind of quirky, is this backsplash. This is an older home. You do want materials that are consistent and feel like they're comfortable with the house. These are slightly on the more contemporary side, but I think that they actually work here because the colors are not contemporary.
Yeah, we wanted the house to be a transition into something more modern.
It's a little bit vintage looking as well, I think.
Good job.
Yeah.
The amount that they actually spent on this house renovating it is not just in this kitchen, it's actually through the entire house. You want to go see it?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Taking it too first, though.
Here it comes.
You're gonna say probably the rooms are too small.
This is a fairly generous bedroom, especially when you consider how old this house is. It's nice, it's spacious, and they've really kind of kept it open.
Start off with a positive note.
This is actually a generous closet. In New York City, this is called a studio apartment. It goes all the way back there, but guess what? You can't access it, and I think that was a huge mistake. They should have opened this up, put bigger doors in, so you could actually access all the storage that's there. Move this dresser, put it against that wall.
Next time I list a house with a closet like this, I'm gonna tell my sellers, do the double doors. That's really, really creative.
And you can do that relatively easily.
We could definitely work on that.
Now, when you live in a house that is as small as this one, you're constantly looking for ways to make it feel more open and larger. And painting your ceiling white is not doing you any favors. What you should do instead is take this wall color, cut it by 10%, and extend it onto the ceiling. That way it just feels more visually expansive.
Maybe that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. It would open up, yeah.
The idea for opening up the closet is perfect. You know, I would probably get right on it.
I was really nervous. Like, my palms are so sweaty right now.
I definitely would have taken the cabinets up to the ceiling. I think it looks better and it does give you more storage.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
I'm nervous.
This is kind of neat. Did you notice? Buyers are gonna love that. Oh, but no.
We're in Midtown Savannah. It's more of a neighborhood that you'd probably want to raise your kids more so than downtown. It's very busy down there. You excited about school? Going back to school? The simplest things that I think you miss in life are walking your kid to school and spending time with your family.
Finding this house just a block from school was the best gift Gail Singer could have given her son Drew and her granddaughter Cadence.
This is a great neighborhood. It's convenient to everything. It's very close to where Drew works as well. In real estate, you want to buy the worst house in the best neighborhood, and we kind of got that.
Sun in Latin is soul.
I know.
When we first got this place, it was in really, really bad shape. There was some, I think, linoleum floor, no appliances.
There was a little bit of mold on some of the walls and the floor, and we gutted it and refinished it.
As you can see this beam here, the header, there was a wall here.
We knew already we had to take this wall out, and we've got to, open the space up, and took the popcorn off the ceiling and painted it white. A white paint goes a long way.
This island was something that I saw at market, and I loved it, and I'm like, this has to be in somebody's life. And so we really did kind of build the kitchen around it.
There's always those niceties that you could, splurge on. But I think for livability, you can't really beat what we've got. If everybody could live like this, I think they'd be very happy. I mean, I know I'm extremely content.
I don't know about you, but I love anytime I can open up a door and see from one room to the next to the outside. I mean, that open flow, I think, makes a small house feel much bigger.
Buyers, they often just take in that air when they can see it's light, it's bright, it's open.
Yeah, and that's why we knocked out the walls.
This house was built in the 1950s, so you have a different architectural character. But I love the fact that they've preserved what they have. I mean, these beautiful clean lines, this architectural molding and detailing, these gorgeous floors. The preservation of those original materials is so important because it has character that you just can't replicate. All right, take a look at this archway because, believe it or not, I think this is the real star of the show. I mean, aside from you.
See, aren't you glad we kept that? You wanted to take that out.
I wanted to take the archway out.
Yeah, I'm glad we left that.
Yeah, I'm glad we left it.
I think buyers would have really appreciated, though, maybe a more formal dining area.
Nobody uses a formal dining room.
I don't think you necessarily need a formal dining area in a lot of these smaller homes. I mean, things have to do double duty, and I think this table is plenty sufficient.
Thank you.
It's great.
This sink is so cool. It's chunky, it's massive. You don't even see sinks made like this anymore. It's tons of character. And then it's juxtaposed against this totally generic granite. Instead of the granite that's in every third home in America, I would have suggested going with a honed white marble, a honed white granite.
Well, you could have spent, you know, $15,000 on countertops.
Yeah. Because you've got something that is so cool against something that just feels so dated.
Buyers love granite. It's a great upgrade, but you really have to choose the right granite.
Something else that I really wish we were seeing is at least a backsplash. Having that backsplash that has a little bit of character could have just sent this over the edge into a really spectacular room.
If I would have tried to make a backsplash, it would have turned out terribly.
These lights are so cool. They have so much character. They're really original, and they feel appropriate to the house. I mean, they probably are not fixtures from the 1950s, but who cares? They have that wonderful, warm, vintage quality. If you looked up kitchen in the dictionary, this is what you would find.
Go in my daughter's room. That's the good one.
Oh, look at that.
I love the fact that they actually put in storage here.
Yeah, it made such a difference.
If you live in a small house and you need closet space, build it in. Because just putting an armoire into a room doesn't make it a closet.
Uh-oh.
$3,000 for this closet? I don't think buyers are buying that.
I like it.
What if she continues to grow? Children tend to grow. What if she has a slumber party? Vern, join me. Come on.
She fits nicely in that bed.
It's a little on the smaller side.
A little? Buyers are going to hate this.
I like the symmetry of it. You can put a bigger bed in there.
Well, not really.
If you shifted this to this wall, then you'd have more storage and more flexibility in this room.
You know, you can't get it all right. You can't, you know.
This is so restrictive. This is not smart storage. It's beautiful storage, but not smart storage.
Although this is kind of neat. Did you notice? Buyers are going to love that. Oh, but no.
Ugh.
I think if Gail and Drew were to win the $10,000, I would say to them, look, it's time to redo the storage in this room. This room needs to be a little more flexible than just for a person who wants to sleep in a twin bed.
I definitely maybe would have added a little bit more color. The walls were very neutral.
I was surprised about the closet. When they first went into the room, I was like, wow, the closet's great.
We have one more house that could blow it out of the water.
All I see is smart storage solutions.
We bought our house right in the heart of the historic district of Savannah. And it's just really convenient for our dog to walk him over here to play in the afternoons. And he loves it, don't you, Mace?
You know, it really was about the location and the neighbors. It was like moving into Mayberry. All we were missing was Aunt Beat.
Summer and Walt Freeman knew their 1860s saltbox-style home needed a lot of work. First up, create an open entertaining space by taking out the wall between the kitchen and living room.
When we first moved into the house, it kind of looked like college students lived here.
There really wasn't much of a kitchen. There was one row of cabinets on this side, a backsplash tile. The house was just really in need of some serious love.
Our main focus was the kitchen because we wanted to be able to entertain and have family over. And the third floor is now our master bedroom, and our second floor is the walk-in dressing room one area for me getting ready and another vanity, which is Walt's workspace. It's really exciting that Vern's going to be in my house.
We do well with others talking about us behind our back.
Vern is a legend in Savannah.
Uh-oh.
I am totally in love with this kitchen. It is gorgeous, and I think from a material standpoint, they have hit it on the mark. It's timeless, classic materials that really sort of fit the character of the house.
You're right. Kitchen, wonderful. Buyers are gonna love this. It just feels solid and rich.
All I see is smart storage solutions. I see plenty of cabinet spaces. I see a nice balance between closed-door cabinets and some open shelves.
I was worried about that.
To have a few open shelves, to have a few glass doors, really expands the visual space. Now, one thing I have to say I'm not in love with. I have a big problem with this, actually.
We're gonna get hammered on the table being attached.
This table is not a free-floating table. It is attached to the cabinets, and that's so odd because I'm not sure what it buys you.
We didn't really want it to move. We really wanted to be able to have it in a space where we could pull our laundry out and fold our clothes.
One of the most important things that you have to do when you design a small house is you have to create flow easily from one space to the next. Something that I think was a big mistake on Summer and Walt's part, and it might seem really subtle right now, their cabinets. The finish of these cabinets is really warm. It's almost a yellow, and it really clashes with the stone that's on the countertops.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
It's just a little bit off. And when you have a small space, you never want to be a little bit off. You want the eye to effortlessly travel from one surface to the next.
Ouch. And then your eye sort of gets startled by the backsplash. I feel like buyers are going to be thrown off by it.
What?
But that backsplash is just like, oh, it's not traditional. Go back to that shaker style. I think buyers would have appreciated it a lot more than this kind of little bit crazy tile backsplash.
I like that noise. What was that noise? I actually appreciate what you're saying because these countertops are such a hit. These are honed, super white countertops, and they are absolutely spectacular. The fact that they're honed is a little more age appropriate to the style of the house and to the age of the house.
They are beautiful.
They are.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is certainly an unusual solution to a small house problem. If you don't have room for a master closet in your bedroom, move it to another bedroom. What do you think?
Uh-oh, she doesn't
She's
like
looking
it.
weird.
Buyers immediately are going to be thrown off by this room. I'm thrown off by this room. It's a closet, it's a den, it's an office, it's what is it?
It's such a small house. The only thing we have is this room when it comes to office, bathroom, dressing room.
My main issue with this is that although there is plenty of storage, and I think this is a generous closet, especially for a house of this size, why not put doors all the way across and put mirrors on the front so that it actually bounces light back into the space?
That's a great idea. Yes, the mirrors.
Right now, I'm just looking at clothes, and this makes it feel like it is primarily a closet that just happens to have a sofa in it, when in fact it could actually double as a guest room with a pull-out, it could be a den, it could be a lot of things if you just covered up this closet. Something they've done that I absolutely love, they excel at preserving the historic character of the home.
Ooh.
I love the heart pine floors that they've maintained. I love the original fireplace. I love all the beams in the ceiling. This is why you come to Savannah.
Add character for
Character,
sure.
yeah.
It was tough hearing the criticism, especially when we loved the space so much.
But overall, I think they did a great job.
I would not have had that table connected to the island. It would be hard to pick a winner.
Even if we are not the winners, I think we've won by everything that we've accomplished.
Who's it going to be? So someone's going to take home $10,000, and clearly that's going to make a big difference to these $50,000 renovations. But we have to decide who it is.
Oh, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
I'm very opinionated, not sure if you noticed. But finishes were great choices. They made really smart character choices.
At the end of the day, I think that they probably just eked it out.
Sticking with the 3 criteria, knowing what the buyers want, I think there is a pretty clear winner.
All right, well, you had an opportunity to see how the others renovated their Savannah homes. Did you guys get any ideas?
Definitely.
Well, it's always tough allocating your budget over an entire house renovation, and it was fun for us to see what you actually did.
There are a lot of small homes in Savannah, and they're being restored every day, but I was really pleasantly surprised at the time and energy you took into saving the character of each home.
So, let's find out who gets biggest bang for your buck. Saleha and Fahad, you guys excelled at creating flow in that house. That small house felt so much bigger than it actually is. However, we wished we could have seen not only more storage, but more accessible storage. And it hurts me to tell you that you did not get the biggest bang for your buck. That leaves 2, Gail and Drew, and Summer and Walt. Who's it gonna be?
Gail and Drew said they didn't want it.
Gail and Drew said no such thing.
Gail and Drew, we would have liked to have seen a different kind of storage system in Cadence's room. We felt that it hampered the flexibility of her space. However, we felt that you nailed the flow and that your house felt really bright and open. Summer and Walt, we felt that the table attached to your cabinets in your kitchen really hindered the flow. However, we felt that you excelled at material choices. The $10,000 is going to Gail and Drew. You guys got the biggest bang for your buck.
I'll take that.
And you're
Thank
taking
you
the
very
$10,000. Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Excellent.
We just want $10,000.
$10,000, really. It's
Bang
awesome.
for your buck.
Maybe we'll redo the closet in Cadence's room since she's, the princess. So we'll see.
Doing a whole house is so tough, but Gail and Drew's home really flowed beautifully. That small house felt so open, and so many of their material choices were spot on.